In the closing weeks of 1970, the badly burned remains of a woman were discovered on the side of a remote Norwegian valley. Her identity has remained a mystery for decades, sparking endless speculation and intrigue. This is the story of the Isdal Woman. Bergen, Norway's historic city on the western coast, sits at the center of a mountain range known locally as the Seven Mountains. Among these, Mount Ren rises prominently to the southeast, reaching an imposing 643 meters. Its slopes are crisscrossed with hiking trails, the most famous running through the Isdalen Valley. On a bitter November evening in 1970, a solitary hiker descending the mountains spotted three figures moving in the opposite direction. A middle-aged woman led the group, dressed well but without adequate protection against the cold. Behind her walked two men, also lightly dressed for the harsh conditions. The hiker was struck by the woman's beauty, yet her face carried a haunted, distant expression. As she approached, she slowed and seemed to reach out for help, but one of the men hurried her along. The hiker watched them disappear into the distance, sensing that she had desperately needed assistance, though he could do nothing against the two men. The next morning, the hiker reported the encounter to the police, but his concerns were met with indifference. 5 days later, a gruesome confirmation arrived. The body of a woman had been found, burned, and hidden in the windswept Isdalen Valley, a place already known for its history of suicides. A man and his two teenage daughters had discovered what looked like a suitcase carefully arranged atop nearby boulders. Closer inspection revealed the charred remains of a woman, deliberately concealed among the rocks. The scene shocked the attending officers. The air was thick with the smell of burned flesh, her facial features completely destroyed. Her fingertips had been abraded, likely to prevent identification. Only her lower back had escaped total destruction. Pressed against the ground, her clothing was burned beyond recognition. Nearby, a fur hat reeked of petrol, confirming that she had been soaked and set alight. Items scattered around included jewelry, a broken umbrella, half-full water bottles, a packet of sleeping pills, and no identification of any kind. The post-mortem revealed that while she had bruises at the base of her neck, the cause of death was poisoning from at least 50 sleeping pills. Whether she was alive when set on fire could not be determined. Clothing labels and identifying marks had been removed, complicating the investigation. Initial leads came when partial fingertip samples from her body matched to suitcases found at Bergen's central train station, their contents carefully tampered with. Inside, a prescription lotion had identifying information cut away, cash in multiple currencies, and a postcard from an Italian photographer. The photographer recalled meeting her for dinner. She claimed to be visiting from Johannesburg, South Africa for 6 months, yet she was lying, and no further leads emerged from the consulate. Norwegian authorities circulated her photos and sketches throughout Europe, generating information that ultimately failed to identify her. She had traveled widely under at least 9 false names, spoke multiple languages fluently, and altered her appearance with wigs and hair dyes. She gave different stories about her life, claiming to be an antiques dealer or a traveling salesperson. Years later, the case was closed, the Norwegian authorities presuming suicide, yet public skepticism remained, as it seemed impossible for her to have taken such a lethal dose of medication, and then positioned herself among the rocks. Most likely, the men seen with her were involved, either forcing her to consume the pills or assisting her in hiding her remains. Alternative theories ranged from assisted suicide to ritualistic motives, but no conclusion has ever been verified. Speculation also grew that she may have been an international spy. Norway, during the Cold War, was a hotspot of espionage, and her access to multiple identities and passports suggested organizational backing. A small diary with coded entries was found, correlating with her movements and Norway's missile testing at the time. Some witnesses placed her near Stavanger during military exercises, strengthening espionage theories. Her story bears eerie similarities to the Tamamshud case in Australia in 1948, where an unidentified man was found dead under mysterious circumstances, with coded notes and removed clothing labels. In 2017, Norwegian authorities reopened the cold case. DNA analysis still yielded no matches, but isotopic examination of her teeth and bones suggested she was born in Germany in the 1930s, likely Nuremberg, and later moved to France or Belgium. Evidence also indicated she had dental work abroad, possibly in South America or Asia, hinting at extensive travel and possibly intelligence work. Her life may have been devoted to secret observation or espionage, drawing unwanted attention that led to a violent end. On February 5, 1971, she was given a Catholic funeral and buried in an unmarked grave. Her identity remains unknown, and her story continues to fascinate, reminding us of the cold, calculated end that befell her in the Isdalen Valley. Whatever her motives, beliefs, or affiliations, the Isdal Woman's death is a tragic and chilling reminder of how a life can be erased, leaving only fragments and speculation behind. It is our hope that one day her identity will be uncovered and the full story of her life can finally be told.